Ethan was an ordinary young man living in a small town. Every morning, he woke up to the same alarm, followed the same routine, and spent his days watching others achieve the success he secretly dreamed about. His social media feeds were filled with entrepreneurs, athletes, and creators who seemed to have everything figured out. Deep inside, Ethan had dreams of building a better future. He wanted financial freedom, happiness, and a life he could be proud of. But every time he thought about taking action, doubt whispered into his mind. What if I fail? What if I'm not talented enough? What if it's already too late? Days became weeks, and weeks became months. Ethan stayed stuck in the same place, waiting for the perfect moment to begin. One evening, while watching the sunset from his bedroom window, he realized something important. The future he wanted would never arrive on its own. Tomorrow wasn't something that happened to him. Tomorrow was something he had to create. The next morning, Ethan made a decision. He would stop waiting. Instead of trying to change his entire life overnight, he chose to focus on one small action. Just one. He woke up 30 minutes earlier and spent that time learning a new skill online. It didn't seem like much, but it was a start. The following day, he did it again. And again. Soon, those small actions began to form habits. The habits became routines. The routines became progress. Months passed, and Ethan noticed something incredible. While his life hadn't transformed instantly, he was becoming a different person. More disciplined, more confident, more focused. He learned that success wasn't built through giant leaps. It was built through consistent daily actions. Each day became a brick. Each brick helped build the future he wanted. Whenever he felt discouraged, he reminded himself that every expert was once a beginner. Every successful person once stood exactly where he stood. The secret wasn't perfection. The secret was showing up every day, one small step at a time. As Ethan continued his journey, challenges appeared. Not every day was productive. Not every effort produced results. Some projects failed. Some opportunities disappeared. Some people laughed at his ambitions. There were moments when giving up seemed easier than continuing. One rainy evening, after receiving another rejection, Ethan sat alone and wondered if all his hard work was worth it. But then he remembered why he started. He wasn't building a better tomorrow because it was easy. He was building it because it mattered. The next morning, he got back to work. Failure became a teacher. Challenges became lessons. Obstacles became opportunities to grow stronger. Slowly, Ethan developed resilience, the ability to continue moving forward even when circumstances became difficult. He discovered that successful people weren't fearless. They simply refused to quit. Every storm eventually passed. Every setback carried a lesson. And every difficult moment prepared him for future success. Instead of fearing obstacles, Ethan began seeing them as part of the journey. Years later, Ethan's life looked completely different. The dreams that once felt impossible had become reality. Not because he was lucky, not because someone handed him success, but because he chose to take responsibility for his future. He owned his tomorrow. Looking back, Ethan realized the biggest transformation wasn't his career, income, or achievements. It was who he had become. The disciplined person, the resilient person, the person who believed in himself. Standing on a hill overlooking the city at sunrise, Ethan smiled. The future wasn't something to fear. It was something to shape. Every decision mattered. Every action mattered. Every day mattered. The message was simple. Your tomorrow is being created right now. By your choices, by your habits, by your mindset. No matter where you are today, you have the power to start. One decision can change your direction. One action can change your future. And one day, you'll look back and realize that the moment you chose to own your tomorrow was the moment your life truly began.